with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is. Aren't you the one I saw running?
Our beds are comfortable and affordable. Unique. Original.
You ever hear that one about the orphan?
Have I mentioned that I am not fond of seafood?
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business, or just out to escape? I could tell from the look of that suit, you are dressed to impress. I doubt the people we are meeting will look half as good. Quantum synergies. I assume you have heard of us. It is nice to see you are familiar with our business. Ryujin Industries. A good guess since we are here in Neon, but no. Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say. Cheap is a word quantum synergy should never be associated with. I believed our team had thoroughly researched Infinity. But your comment gives me pause. A surprising conversation. And one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
Okay, hello. If you're wondering what that smell is, it's neon.
All these years, and Bayu hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. Well, I take that as a compliment. Coming from someone as well-dressed as yourself, you either got great taste or great connections. Maybe even both. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your reasons why. That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
I hope you can succeed at that before we are discovered.
Ready to report? Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You're a natural. I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astral Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks.
Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
It is good that our restraint is appreciated.
Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? They're brilliant with numbers.
Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, just ask them. They're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you want it or not. Only as common as the flawless assignments you pull off. No one wants to clean up a mess. It takes a toll on several departments, which is why we like to promote a clean assignment. I like to recommend something fun or shiny and new. You never know when life will take a turn, especially in this line of work. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain.
Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love.
Not quite. When you uploaded that virus onto KeltCorp's network, that was a warning intended to slow down their internal productivity. KeltCorp suffered the effects of that silently, although I guarantee they endured some serious client complaints. This assignment is about making our target look completely negligent in the public eye. Let's just say we don't tolerate theft or smear campaigns against us. If you want to steal in this industry, you better not get caught. And if you want to tarnish our good name, you better be ready for repercussions.
Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits.
Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception. ARC stands for Assault, Reprogram, Corrupt. We think of it as a multi-tool of sorts. The ARC locates hard wiring and manipulates the information current being sent back and forth.
Depending on the situation, it's designed to do all sorts of things, but inevitably, they all result in malfunction. You can call it what you like, but most importantly, it's your next assignment.
Good. All you need to do is plant the ARC on the service panel of your target. We can handle the rest from here.
Do your best to make sure you aren't seen. The key is to make this look like a malfunction. And good luck. Keep it up, and you'll probably have my job soon.
Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that. A fair amount of business runs through Hope-Tech.
Ron Hope knows his stuff. Hey.
Take care.
Ugh. I do not understand how anyone can tolerate the lights and the music for long.
Hey there. Got an update for me?
Good work. Now I can let Masako know how much she'll enjoy watching the news tonight. Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off.
Masako was very pleased with the outcome, so she arranged a bonus through Linden.
Apparently you said all the right things when it came to Arthur. Quantum Synergies actually reached out to us to negotiate the potential deal. My sources tell me it was a train wreck. Once her numbers didn't match up, Arthur was all over her with questions. It didn't take long for her to break composure, and that's when she lost Zola. So you could say that presentation went perfectly, as far as we're concerned. Hence the bonus. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between. Why did I have a feeling you'd bring that up? You've still got quite a ways to go, so let's keep it real and get back to basics. You can think of this next assignment as a stepping stone on your way to greatness. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely. Correction. You are going to steal from them. Don't forget, if you get caught, Ryujin will deny all knowledge. Oh, we definitely are. But why stay one step ahead when you can just leave the competition in the dust? We reverse engineer their plans, create a superior product, and beat them to market. We make the initial profit with less investment in R&D, and our competition is forced to reevaluate if their product is even viable. Good. Luckily, there aren't many, besides the usual. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market.
The current schematic was sent to their star yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor. The star yard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Aquila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready. You'll find the Trident Luxury Line star yard orbiting Aquila in the Cheyenne system.
Remember, same rules apply. Don't get caught, and don't make a mess.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really. I learned that back on Earth, people used to use the stars to navigate.
Docking procedure
That's
is
so cool.
complete.
But I guess it only worked because they just...
Take it. I have heard much debate on whether Trident ships are overpriced. I have never flown one myself, so I cannot be sure.
We've got our eyes on you.
Trident has been defining elegance for generations. And I want to reach new heights.
Yes.
Sorry, I have a lot of work to do.
Excuse me.
Behave yourself.
We're on our...
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic? We'll have our research and development team take a look. If there's anything notable, we'll reverse engineer it, then recreate it with our own spin. And believe me, by the time our engineers are through, Trident won't even recognize it. Good work. R&D's been looking forward to this one. I need to deliver this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process, but first, Ulara wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
It says something, does it not? That the executives wish to have everyone else physically beneath them?
Please, have a seat. Sure do. And I'm not interested in discussing it with you. I've kept this job for almost a decade by being tight-lipped, and that's not going to change now. I'm happy to help, Where can I point you?
The executive floor houses all of Ryujin's board members, with the exception of Dr. Kalra, who's located in research and development. Head up the stairs to your left, then up another flight of stairs straight ahead. The CEO Imada's office is on the top floor.
Her assistant, Maeve, can direct you from there. Anything else I can help you with?
Miss Chen's office is up the stairs to your left, then a quick walk down the hall and up another flight of stairs. They're hard to miss. Her office is right across from CEO Imada's. Her assistant, Maeve, can direct you if you get lost.
Anything else I can help you with?
Take the stairs to your left, then take a right when you reach the top, crossing the gallery. His office is the first door on your right after you turn the corner. It's hard to miss the glow of all his monitors.
Anything else I can help you with?
Her office is on the main floor. Take the stairs to your left, then head straight ahead. You'll see a lobby open up to your right. Miss Monahan will be in the second office, again, on your right.
Anything else I can help you with?
Ah, our CFO. Take the stairs to your left, then down the hall until you come to the lobby on your right. Their office will be the first one on the right side when you enter.
Anything else I can help you with?
You'll find Miss Price on the main floor. Take the stairs to your left and continue straight until the hall opens up to the lobby on your right. Her office is tucked away in the far left corner, next to Mr. Fine's.
Anything else I can help you with?
Again, happy to help.
Enjoy your day. I hope you find who you're looking for. Well, I'm not the only Ellicott working in Ryujin Tower. My daughter Jupiter works at the front desk, and my wife Nancy works for Tranquility. It is. We're a close-knit little family. I like getting to see them on my breaks. Plus, it gives me the perfect excuse to brag about my daughter. Let me know if you need help finding anything. My career will be over if this deal falls through.
You know how to make a fine feel welcome up here.
This could be the most important meeting of my life.
I hate waiting. It's just more time to doubt myself.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Ryujin certainly spared no expense on the exec floor.
My company's future might be riding on this deal.
You operatives really will wear anything. You have a very unique look. Someone with a great eye, luxurious taste, and years of people watching at the Astro Lounge. That someone is me, of course. Oh, that's precisely how I meant it. In the effort of making small talk, I hope you're enjoying your newly gained position. Our operatives are quite the expense, but a necessary one. You're proving to be quite the outlier. We have that in common. I believe I've met my social quota for the day, so I'll be continuing on with my work now. Perhaps we'll chat another time.
So, if only there were more hours in the day. Thanks to my predecessors, no. The user agreement for neuroamps is very clear. It stipulates that once activated, the user assumes complete responsibility for the hardware, its usage, and any risks that may come with using such a device. Your guess is as good as mine. Jalen and I don't speak too often. It's always prompted by a special occasion or a tragic event of some sort. We aren't a close-knit family, unlike some who work here, and I'm under the impression we both prefer it that way. Busy is an understatement, but most of what we deal with is considered routine, so our workload is manageable.
If you need something, speak to Thomas.
Region CEO is no joke in the boardroom.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I've got my eye on you.
I've been waiting.
Can I help you? Name and appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salso is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
My career will be over if this deal falls.
That leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
I've got my eye on you.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far? Simply put, our goal is to ensure the success of this company and keep things running smoothly. We supply our various departments with whatever resources they need in order to meet expectations to achieve this. It's much easier said than done, believe me. In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly. I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it. Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So, his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So, if you have negotiation skills, use them. You get reimbursed once the assignment is complete, but the immediate cost is on you. If you don't have the money by now due to poor financial skills, I can only hope your negotiation skills are up for the challenge. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return. According to Simon Rychek, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment. You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
I believe I said I have work to do.
Well, that wasn't too bad for your introduction. What do you think of Ularu?
No one loves Ularu more than Ularu. She's smart, climbed her way up to Chief Operations Officer all by herself. Of course, now she expects if she can do it, anyone can. So, her standards tend to be a bit over the top. Let me know if you have any questions regarding your assignment. And enjoy your time in Sidonia. It's certainly no Neon.
For you? No, only Ularu calls me that, and it's not up for negotiation.
Only that it's vastly different than Neon. There's not glitz and glam where Sidonia is concerned. And don't worry about it being in UC territory. Simon's smart, so any physical information he may hand off to you won't set off any alarms. Just make sure your ship is clean before reaching Mars orbit. Remember, Aurora is illegal there, so if you have any on you, it needs to stay here. I worked with Simon a lot in my time as a field op. He's a perpetually grumpy man, but I think he just likes to keep his distance. Getting close to people isn't a luxury he can afford in his line of work, much like ours.
Ryujin CEO is no joke in the boardroom. Don't cause any trouble.
Ryujin said
Can never quite place the smell of Sidonia. The ozone and metal and...
Sidonia.
I suspect the soul system would be abandoned otherwise.
Just because the governor's office is right out.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? I simply cannot.
I I need to find a real bar. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going? Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year. You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us.
For this little tidbit? I hear you. I'm trying to be... This isn't getting us. Sidonia, what? You lost? Well, speaking of... You're damn right. I have info. It's my belief. It's steep.
At least you're being...
For this... I'm glad you on... I haven't... There's no need for any of that. I'm sure we can work something out. All right, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now? You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived. She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor. Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. Even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
And just like that, we are off to kill someone? So be it.
You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared. Malai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you
What are you, a therapist? It's not... Perhaps. But just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive. I have my ways. He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word you won't be harmed, for whatever that's worth.
Board is clear. We're docked.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of this. He knows I'd never part with her. Ah. The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. Oh, she saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean. We were a thing for a while, until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering. Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship. I'm pretty sure I've got no True. I'd hate to misjudge. Okay. Fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different? I already gave you Ember, and the truth is, you don't. Something you may want to keep in mind next time you make a deal with a total stranger. Oh, don't worry. I see this as some well-needed, dare I say, deserved time off. I'm looking forward to the fresh start. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan. Look, I don't do small talk, so it's time to leave.
Textbook there. We're free.
Still shocked you won't go in first.
Used to think I was Vanguard material.
Hello! Welcome to the Sidonia UC Exchange. The best goods, all courtesy of the United Colonies, straight to all of the wonderful UC soldiers, workers, and other citizens. I've got a little of this, a little of that, and maybe a little of some other things you wouldn't expect to find at the UC shop, But that's because I try to provide for everyone here. So, please, browse my stock and let me know what I can get for you, friendo. Do I have any good deals, you say? Friendo, I am full of good deals. My prices may be fixed by UC pencil pushers many worlds away, but I may find ways to work with you. For example, I buy things to refurbish and resell. You bring me these, I give you credits, and we make deals. The UC, my employer, they try to furnish my exchange with plenty, but other planets, they need more, so we need to make do with what we get. But me, I have other ways of getting goods to sell, and so I do. I get a little bit of this and that from here and there, and that is how I provide for you and me. You understand? Ah, yes, it is the accent. I have been asked this before. Do not worry, I take no offense. From a very young age, I spent most of my life among the stars, aboard one ship or another. I picked up many ways of speaking, many languages. Because of this, the way I speak sounds strange to some, but that is the price I pay for knowing all the languages I do. Take a look. Just a reminder, Be safe out there.
Look who survived the devil herself. Well, Either that or you decided to pay up. Wait a minute. You spoke to that lie-weaving terramorph? You should have just outright killed her. Cool those thrusters. She's lying, I swear. We have a history. A long one. Love, hate, betrayal. It's all in there. I screwed her over one too many times, and she's been out for blood ever since. Blackmail? Ew, I wish. That'd be the least of my worries. I may have given her name to the UC at one point, but believe me, once I escaped, I wiped all the data they had on her. Only it was too late. They sent a unit after her. She and her sister escaped, but... her brother wasn't so lucky. But before you go feeling sorry for him, don't. There are ecliptic mercs, House Varun zealots. Ram made them look like saints. Did I ever? These days I take great care when it comes to making enemies. If I'm going to piss someone off, it's with good reason. So, back to business. You got the gun? I haven't given it much thought. The truth is, I never thought I'd see it. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm sure as hell not going to use it. A world without Malailaskova. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind. Glad someone's feeling a real benefit here. Now back to business matters. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself. Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big. Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well-paid informant, here to point you in the right direction. Nice doing business with you.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Governor Flinders has stepped down from his post under mysterious circumstances.
One of the earliest shipbuilders. and desperate to remain relevant. Deimos, one of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate to remain relevant. I never had the patience for computer systems.
You look familiar. But I can't place it.
Howdy, Skipper.
custom operations to the standard edition.
I'm ready to make some moves.
Your ship smells so much better than that.
Neon is for indulgence and decadence. I am both disgusted and impressed.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it. Project Dominion? That can't be right. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name. Meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need Fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation. I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands. Because you exposed this information, I have little reason to suspect you. That won't mean you'll be exempt from investigation, of course.
Clearly, this is not the first time Ryujin has found itself in this situation.
Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us. Dalton.
Lovely.
How quick...
We can get that done.
Cut the crap, Dalton.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Don't cause any trouble.
Good. You're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department.
We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective. It's certainly a failing. But for now, we're focusing on redemption. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her. But he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment. Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive. Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations. So she is the best equipped to evade detection. We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections the mole may have, so we can't risk informing our security team. If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible. We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. You certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect. At least one of us is. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up. It concerns me that you don't know. A disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. Our subsidiary, Arboron, makes an excellent one that I'll be issuing you. It will stun your target, giving you a chance to get away, but you'll only have so much time before the effects wear off. Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure. One that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks. Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Hey there.
Quit hovering. You're gonna make people nervous. You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Only when I meet someone for the first time. I like to meet strangers in public for safety reasons. I'm sure you get it. So why not in my favorite bar? You'll be back. You ready to talk this time?
It'll change your life.
Wow, nice to meet you too. Good thing you aren't with marketing. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's... Unlike you, this is... you know, part of me could find some wiggle room. Alright, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you. While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Cho's. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple. Let's just say, it's nothing beyond something that Ryujin would do to anyone else. That's between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something in old Camden, it's not because they like him.
I believe this Camden Cho might consider it a problem, but it is your decision.
I hoped you'd see it that way. Like I said with Camden, all you've got to do is run this little beauty on Alaru Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Alaru has is bound to take some real work, more than my little setup here can handle. It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
Don't be stupid! Stop! Now! You're not authorized. Nice try, but the building... Yeah. I'll be the... Maybe we can still... Yeah, I hope so. Look, I'll trust...
I have little use for robots, especially ones too small to carry supplies or serve as cover in combat.
Opening fire! Good for you! Ryujin Security. Nice try, but the building... I'll be the judge. I'm the one asking. Yeah, actually... Yeah, I hear... I'm glad you understand. Look.
I have little use for robots, especially ones too small to carry supplies or serve as cover in combat.
Suspect at my location? something?
The hell was that? Suspect is on me!
There you are.
Shame they cannot just break it open.
Yes? So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. Just brimming with confidence, aren't you? But I've seen your work in the trade tower, so I'll at least give you some credit. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look.
I hope for all that was necessary in acquiring it. This data finally reveals some answers.
The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. First, I'll just save off Mr. Cho's info. My client will very much appreciate that. Now on to Ms. Chen. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. You do that. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
Well, I assume success is in order. I had a few reports, but at least nothing that set off any red flags. I figured as much. Lucky for us, he doesn't have any motive to use this information against us. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Well, she has the means and access. But things are rarely so cut and dry.
I imagine that constantly worrying about who can be trusted, who is telling the truth, takes quite a toll on everyone who works here.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. You have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. And you'll have no choice but to dispose of her. As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, Imogene would never allow it. She knows what fate lies ahead for those who betray this corporation and get caught. I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you keeps the rumor mill at bay. Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
Need something? Only that some drama went down during the security update. You know, the one where they kicked us all out of the building for a free day off. Security's keeping pretty tight-lipped about the whole thing. I'm betting they found some dirt on someone's personal computer. Either that, or someone was dumb enough to try and break in. I heard Masako's been after a partnership with Quantum for some time now. So you didn't hear this from me, but you remember Tomo, your hot date from Terabrew on day one? Apparently, he finally fulfilled his dream of being a field op. With a competitor. You ask me, nothing good will come of it. The guy's a bundle of nerves and a hothead to boot. I heard we lost one of our key informants. Ularu's pretty livid about it, and has the techs digging into who's responsible. Rumor is, he had a really pissed off ex that finally got her revenge.
Imogene told me she hired another operative. Welcome to the...
It's great.
She's not afraid to... But what I like the most? Some other time then?
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene? I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure, probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. There are work skills and there are life skills. I can't help it if I have both. I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know? Oh, so it's that intriguing. All right, I won't pry, but this will be a fun distraction for the day. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
It is impressive how thoroughly bureaucracy has infected every aspect of this.
I forgot you're familiar with Neon and Bayou's intricate web of connections. I suppose if you want to be efficient, you could bypass Dalton and go straight to Bayou. You're just cutting out the middleman, right? Word of advice. If you're planning on forgoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogene, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
Gathering of Sanctum Universal Faith.
I don't recall sending for anyone. What do you want? And just why would I grant that kind of permission to you? Believe me, he's going to hear about this. As far as I'm concerned, the Syndicate can tear you apart the moment you set foot in there. Now get out of my lounge before I have you escorted. I can't wait to inform us. Well, you seem very proud of yourself. I assume I have you to thank for the indictment. No matter. Even though that little debacle cost me quite a few credits to bury, I have to say, I'm not even angry at you in the least. In fact, I'm impressed that you had the backbone to turn me in. It's something I wish more of these idiots working for me would grow. I'm going to keep my eye on you. I think you might have a, lucrative future here in Neon. Yes, yes.
Need something? Until next time.
I need a drink. Later.
I want to suggest burning I tell you, I can't imagine living anywhere else.
Hope you're a paying customer. Check it out. See you around.
Sleep crates for rent. It's tight, but it's home. I got loads of crates for rent. For next time.
run this city. Days are too short. Yeah, we're done here.
Can I help you?
Website's changed. Maybe it's just me.
Bet I have credits to spare.
Got the call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech's smoke.
I gotta ask for a bigger cut.
Back off. You try anything, you're dead.
No funny business.
Sure, shaking down shop on this is all good, but try it. What does Sioka mean anyway?
Website's changed. Maybe it's just me. I need a drink.
No, I will not help you hurt people. Why would you do such a thing?
freaks think they run this city. But I don't see people building statues similar to them.
What'll it be? The best you can do. Good one. You have made a grave mistake. Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Who's there?
Better get out while we still can.
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads. I suppose we should assume they actually know.
Hold it right there, I need you to back down and give me a chance to explain. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me. Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay? You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nyx owed me a favor and gave me the heads up. I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. You're trusting me on this one. Huh. Not to cast doubt on myself, but I fully expected to push my persuasion skills to the limit. I can see Genevieve and Alexis cringing over those words. If you live in Neon long enough, it's not a surprise you'd start to see the darker side. This slate holds the evidence to prove my innocence. I just need you to make sure Dalton sees it. I won't forget it. And I have a feeling you wouldn't let me anyway. I'm going to stay here and lay low until I know where Dalton and Masako stand. In the meantime, I know you don't hear it too often, but thank you.
That this has become. Can we even trust that if we get together, then he will listen? I suppose that is ours now, eh? We have resorted to theft now, I see. Well, either we press on or we turn back. Your call. Well, this seems worth a look. We can go farther this way, it seems.
It's too hard to handle.
Well, look who's back. Dalton's gonna lose it when he finds out you went to the Syndicate without talking to him. True. Dalton couldn't argue with that. At least he had the good sense to speak to Bayou. So tell me, what did you find out? If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk, and I can be a very patient person. Inside the Syndicate, that area is off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there. I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
Is there something I can help you with? Just a moment. Shutting the door and engaging locks. And just where is this absurd notion coming from? Is this a game? Informed or not? That would only be the case if you... It is a horrible thing when such well-made plans can't be shared. Looks like someone's been brushing up on their corporate skills. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd, but I'm no mole. Please. It's insulting that you think I'd actually be working for someone other than Ryujin or myself. That depends on how you define innocent. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead. A CEO who can make the hard decisions. What do you think? If someone was a threat to your family, would you be satisfied waiting for them to strike? Of course not. You'd eliminate the threat before it had a chance to act. In some cases, before it even realized what it was capable of. It's all part of my plan. But don't worry. Infinity Ltd will never be able to complete Vina's work. I made sure of that. It was never my intent to involve Imogene. But when you arrived with information on Project Dominion, I knew Infinity had screwed up. I had no choice but to act fast. Imogene is the only one that Dalton and the others would believe was capable of pulling this off. It had to be her. Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. Today, they're more about ensuring success, by any means necessary. So, now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's? Good. Now that I know where your loyalties lie, I suggest you act as if nothing's changed. If you're looking for a scapegoat on Project Dominion, you can feed Imogene to the wolves. When it's time for the next phase of my plans, I'll let you know.
So, you're finally back. With no sign of Imogene. And here I thought sending you after her would be a simple task. I assume between your statement and her absence, that Imogen must be the mole. I'll have Yuko determine her position so we can start tracking her. Were you at least able to gather any data on how she was able to access Project Dominion? And this is precisely my concern against such technology. I'll be sure to bring this up to Masako. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd. And their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you. Just take the elevator down to Research and Development. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left as you enter the floor. Vina's the head of our Research and Development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray DeCaris, Ryujin's founder. Once I've examined this evidence, I may need your help in moving forward. And not a word about this to anyone. I'll present what I have to the board once I've completed a full report.
I need that Rothicite if we
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. In due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current NeuroAmp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Vina Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification, designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was being researched separately as a mod. The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and Masako know about it. You got that right.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
Of course. Installing experimental technology into your very head. What could go wrong?
We expect our employees to do whatever it takes to ensure Ryujin's success. Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Besides, you're in good hands with Vina. You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend. Good. I'm glad you see this as an opportunity.
And I love a willing subject. Now it's just a matter of getting the key ingredient. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called Rothicite.
The last shipment we were supposed to receive never arrived, and we've gotten no response to our queries from the station. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to keep the discovery quiet, so it's unusual for them not to respond. We have several theories. Dealing with a new element on a new planet has its own set of risks. It could be environmental, mechanical, or worst case scenario, pirates. Mercenaries. We are leaning toward the latter. I think we all share that concern, which is why I want you to find out exactly what happened while recovering the shipment. Unfortunately, yes, so be prepared. Extensive tests and research were done on the planet, so the chances that this is environmental are slim. And setting up a station like this is second nature for consolidated mining, with plenty of redundancies in place to handle mechanical failures. The station is called CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. Unfortunately, we had to cut ties with our supply chain manager, Camden Cho, and his replacement is still getting up to speed. Otherwise, I may have had more useful information. Camden managed all of our outside contracts. He set up the initial agreements with Consolidated Mining, so he had on-site access and knowledge that we could have used. I can't discuss the details. Company policy. I'd consider it a minor inconvenience for any operative under our employment. Be prepared for anything. Once you have the shipment, bring it straight back to Vina. Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship. Did you need something? Did you need me to... Indeed I did.
Say your last goodbyes. Apogee complete. We're in orbit. Let's see what there is to see. Touchdown imminent.
leave anything useful behind. I wonder whether the result of the analysis here was good news or bad.
worth the effort.
Enemy in my location.
An impressive investment in equipment. Someone certainly considered this worth the time and credits. This is why I hate Ecliptic. It was wholly unnecessary to do this to these poor miners. He may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally. Yes, you need me. I am happy to help shoulder the load.
a victory. Hopefully they amount to something. winner-takes-all is the phrase, is it not?
What is it? If there's anything you need,
Engines purring. Let's do this. And just like that, we're in space. You know my great-grandfamily made that drive, right? We're here. Docking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. Yeah, I bet you do. Hard to argue with that. I'm glad you understand the position. Maybe we can work something out. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this, though, right? You took an oath, and I'd say this is a firm violation.
Look, we got that shipment. Although who knows what Faye expects me to do with it. But maybe approvals really are on the way. Now please, get back to Kai. Make sure his vitals are stable. I don't want to lose him. We'll figure this out. I promise.
Fine. But if we lose Kai, that's it. I'm going to SSNN. I don't give a shit about my career anymore.
You and me both.
Hey, who let you... In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. You need to leave. Your timing could be better. A little warning next time. I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
Clamps release. We're free.
Restore collective space. Hold while we scan your ship. That's all we need. Enjoy Neon.
You need to move some merch. Always happy. You got the money. If you, find anything else?
We have everything you could possibly want.
Just want to say again, no problem. Watch your back out there.
Hey there, friend.
Have my attention. A good team always.
And accessories for all your acting needs.
How can I help? Sure. Come back soon.
This is the only shop in Neuroamps, mostly. Bye-bye.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? The mercenary group? Only that you mean business if you hire them. They're not known for subtlety, and don't care if they leave a trail of bodies in their wake. I take it they were at the station? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothosite. Were there any survivors? Our station on Carinae 3A and Consolidated Mining's contract were both confidential. We had no reason to believe they'd be under any threat. Of course, we had no reason to believe we had a mole, either. Corporate culture may have its ugly side, but that doesn't mean we've lost our humanity. Our moves are strategic and precise, as you should know. The moment we justify the slaughter of innocents is when we go from competitive to criminal. Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? Our technicians are thorough, but they aren't that thorough. Your ship docking there simply caught their attention is all. But on the off chance it was related to your assignment, they're currently combing through the clinic records as we speak. Dr. Lane. I believe Vina is familiar with his work, specializing in neurosurgery. Were you able to determine what he was doing at the clinic? They're going to pay, all right. But if you have something to add to their list of criminal activity, I'll be happy to use whatever fuel you can provide. The clinic serves all, but it can't be denied that they require credits to run. In most cases, the clinic is also the best choice for research. Not everyone has the resources to have decent medical facilities like us on site. So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
Infinity appears to be on an entirely different level of corruption. It cannot be allowed to continue.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothosite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Not long, according to her. She and DeMarcus have everything prepped and ready. I believe it's just a matter of creating the alloy and molding it according to her design. Aren't we all? Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I'm sure you remember your actions during Directive Theta, especially in regards to Administrator Bayou. Thanks to your inability to follow protocol, we now owe him a debt. One that you get to pay.
And there it is. All roads lead to Bayou.
Of course, and we'd be doing them if not for your own show of incompetence. You do, so listen up. The Administrator wants us to deal with a rival operative. And when I say deal with, it means he wants them dead. This is not an assignment I give lightly. Our business relationship with Bayou must be maintained at all costs. Deal with the operative as you see fit. As long as your report states the target was eliminated, we'll tell Bayou that the task is complete. Good. Find the operative and do what you must. We already have a team prepped to handle any fallout. When it's done, report back to Dalton. I have a meeting to prepare for.